Take me out to California. Take me out to California.
I was invited by Master LeGrow to do a seminar in California in May 2019. My wife and I got to stay there a week, and Master LeGrow was extremely hospitable and took us around to visit many places.
I was trying to pretend the promised land was there beyond the great divide, but I'll be coming home soon. Yeah, I'll be coming home soon. So take me out to California, where the sun is always high, where the streets are paved with gold and no one ever gets old. I'll be longing for that day till you come and take me home. California, California, here I come.
One of my students, Farouk, who now lives in California, took me to Napa Valley for some wine tasting. I had a great day. I love wine, and the weather was so good that day.
The wine is flowing and the fields forever green, and all your hopes and dreams will always be fulfilled. So I'll be coming real soon.
In the weekend, I conducted some seminars at Master LeGrow's Warrior Code Taekwondo dojang in San Jose. The participants were mainly Master LeGrow students, plus a few invited guests, including Master McNamara. I covered topics such as fundamental movements, patterns, self-defense, and sparring. I also did a seminar on teaching skills for the more senior students.
What was your favorite part about the Grand Master Nardizzi seminar?
I think the favorite part for me were the sparring techniques and how he built to sparring, the idea being that he spends about 70% of the time on technique, and that builds to when you actually spar, you're ready to go. And then I'd also say the principles that he would teach, core principles that we can apply across the board.
And I would say the fact that he was working with children and adults at the same time and was able to talk to them both in a way they could understand it really well. He was very clear with his instructions, and he had a good sense of humor too.
And I'd actually add to that, I was amazed as he sat down with the children, was talking to them, asking them questions. At first no one would talk, and he had a way of being so self-effacing that eventually everyone was asking questions. He had to cut them off. It was pretty neat.
I like the self-defense a lot. I also like the self-defense because it was fun.
I got to demonstrate in front of the entire class, and I got a lot of feedback on my patterns, which because it's a grandmaster watching my patterns, and I get to hear new stuff. So yeah.
I love the self-defense. Grandmaster Nardizzi has a big variety of different types of self-defense, and having trained with him previously in England, under him as my instructor, it was nice to get a reminder of a lot of those self-defense moves, that some of which I'd forgotten, and some new ones that I'd never even heard of that were really useful and I'm going to use.
What do you think, if you had to pick some of Grandmaster Nardizzi's strengths on the mat, what would be some of the key things that stand out in your mind?
I would say, aside from just technique and obviously skill set, his ability to talk to people in a way where no one felt, I think, embarrassed or on the spot. There was one point in the seminar, I don't know if you want this detail, but when someone wasn't paying attention and he was able to kind of bring an act into it and make it a lighthearted thing that really didn't embarrass the child, but really brought them right back into focus.
I would say one of the biggest strengths I noticed was that his interactions with all of the people in the room seemed patient, kind, respectful, and followed the tenets of our Taekwondo.
Grandmaster Nardizzi was very approachable, actually, quite friendly, and he was very, it seemed like he was very down to earth too, and he let's say approached other kids and stuff, and he was very likable, and he had a lot of jokes and stuff too. He told some anecdotes which I thought were very interesting. With all those years of teaching and stuff, he definitely has a lot of experience, and he shared a lot of those experiences with us. And I thought that was actually very nice of him, and also very interesting.
He was like funny and friendly, and
He was friendly and nice, and I liked his accent. He was straightforward, and he thinks for himself, and he encourages us to do the same, which I don't hear a lot of people say, because everyone wants to be like everyone else, and someone who thinks for themselves isn't really common.
I think that he's an excellent instructor. He's somebody that's able to teach any age. He has such a passion and a joy for teaching Taekwondo, and you see it in everything he does, everything he says, his body language, and that really comes across well to all ages. So for me, it's just exciting to be in the class no matter what he's teaching.
Can you in some way say what would somebody be in for when they go to his seminar in the future?
I think they would be looking forward to a very personal experience, a personalized experience. I didn't feel any time that I was talked at. It was very much relational, and being able to actually have that personal touch, where I think several times, even though we had close to probably 25 plus people in the room, that Master Nardizzi made personal contact with me, checked on my skill sets. I felt coached through the whole process.
I would say that a person could look forward to a very dynamic experience. Lots of moving, a lot of participation, a lot of feedback, personal feedback, not just talk, listen. It was on and on, back and forth dialogue, which was really nice.
Grandmaster Nardizzi is very approachable, and he isn't afraid of people challenging him as long as you do it in a respectful way. And that's really cool, because I know there are many people out there who does not take kindly to challenges. That's one thing. And I think another thing is that Grandmaster Nardizzi, he's actually quite funny too on the floor. He cracks a lot of jokes. He interacts very well with all the students and with all the other practitioners, and I think that's really awesome of him.
they should definitely look forward to the self-defense.
He's nice, so they probably shouldn't be that afraid to ask questions and stuff. So for people who love to do patterns, then you'll definitely look forward to his seminars or classes, because he focuses on almost every movement and every single pattern when we do it.
He has so much experience teaching kids all the way through to adults that you really know that you're going to be in the hands of somebody that really knows the true Taekwondo that we grew up with and that General Che has passed down. He trained with General Che, and having so much experience from that time to now, creating the kids course that's now standardized and so on, you know that Grandmaster Nardizzi is able to teach every different type facet of Taekwondo, from patterns to sparring to self-defense to special technique, so that you know, regardless of what you and your students are coming to gain, every single person is going to feel happy that they got something new to take away from it, and they're going to be happy going home to share it with their other fellow students.